जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद
APFC जिंदाबाद
जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद
All India Region Rural Bank Officers Association जिंदाबाद
जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद
Thank you, Comrade. Comrade, Rural Bank Officers Federation, Comrade R.G. Makhija, a vital leader of trade union movements of the officers in All India Bank Officers Confederation, and General Secretary of your organization, Comrade S.K. Bhattacharya ji, and one more particular personality, Comrade Bhanu Pratap Singh, who has been very closely associated with me through our unit in Lucknow. I have seen your leaders working very closely. Regarding Bhanu Pratap Singh ji, I know very close actions which he has been doing, he has been committing, he has been following, along with Comrade Avdesh Pratap Singh, the then State Secretary of Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. Despite his indisposition during certain period, despite of his incapabilities due to physical problems, he was always there in the forefront of any movement, any call, any agitation, call of which was given by All India Bank Officers Confederation. I really owe a lot to your leaders. One I have already mentioned. Another, your General Secretary, comrades, you may not be aware, you may not be witnessing that directly. But I have seen Comrade S.K. Bhattacharya, the commitment, the enthusiasm, the zeal, the spirit which he possesses, despite being settled far away from Delhi, he was more often seen in Delhi than any other leader of All India Bank Officers Confederation. Friends, let me acknowledge here that a small federation like All India Regional Rural Bank Officers Federation, whose membership is so widely placed, I know how you must have organized this delegate session. Kudos to your leadership in another leader like Comrade Makhija, who could decide and who could hold this type of delegate session in remote corner of Maharashtra, where facilities are lacking. We in AIUC can afford to hold such functions in Delhi, in Bombay, in Thiruvananthapuram or in Calcutta. But organizing such type of activities in a remote village where the cost implications are also there, where reaching his approach is also difficult, is really a tremendous job. So I convey my sincere thanks to the leadership of your federation, who is accepting such challenges, who is always in the forefront of the movement of All India Bank Officers Confederation, and has been able to get so many benefits, so many purposes, so many advantages to you. It's only because of your leadership, friends, that you could achieve many of the benefits equivalent to the public sector banks. Yes, friends, I am aware of your present issues also, whether it is the issue of pension on lines with officers of public sector banks. Of course, when we were fighting in public sector banks, when we were fighting for second option of pension, it was the issue of AIUC. But somehow, AIUC leadership of that time could not visualize that if we are demanding this benefit for public sector banks, our brothers in regional rural banks should also have been included in that. Had we made a little more effort at the time, perhaps a separate struggle from All India regional rural banks would not have been required. But we have committed a mistake. Friends, whatever efforts are being made by you, by your leadership, I know how Comrade Bhattacharya is fighting with all authorities in the Department of Financial Services, how with political lobbying he could put pressure on Department of Financial Services officials, bureaucrats, and ultimately they agreed for pension to officers in RRBs but with certain riders which could not have been accepted by any of the organization. He accepted from a public platform that balance sheets of the public sector banks and RRBs are managed balance sheets. The chairman only dictates the chief financial officer of the bank that I want to declare a profit of 5 crores, I want to declare a profit of 10 crores or 15 crores. And then it becomes the responsibility of the CFO to manage the balance sheet in such a way that that much figure is declared in the balance sheet. So we cannot be held responsible for the performance or non-performance of the bank. Whatever policy guidelines are made by the top management, we are there to follow. If you are telling us to open more branches in remote areas, we are ready to open. If you tell us to open Jandan account, yes, it's a good scheme. It's in the welfare of common masses. We are there. But then you please do not expect us that profitability will come out of these ventures. No, we are a social bank. We cannot be termed as commercial organization. Whether it's a question of payment of pension to RRBs or question of wage revision in public sector banks as well as in RRBs. Friends, I am very happy that after the efforts were made by your organizations in RRB, the same wage revision structure has been extended to RRB officers. We are aware still certain service conditions are there which are not matching. The mention of that is there in resolutions which you are going to pass at the end of the business session. I assure you in one sentence that all resolutions which you are going to adopt, All India Bank Officers Confederation will solidly stand behind the leadership of All India Regional Bank in implementation of those resolutions, in implementation or getting those demands agreed from your managements through the chairmen who are from sponsor banks. I assure you that we will be solidly behind you. अभी आपने देखा होगा वेतन समझौते की 15 राउंड ऑफ टॉक्स होने के बाद आईए हमें सिर्फ 12.5% वेतन वृद्धि उन्होंने ऑफर की है, जबकि हमारी डिमांड, अगेन फ्रेंड्स, लेट अस बी वेरी क्लियर ऑन व्हाट वी डिमांडेड एंड हाउ फार दे हैव कम. We never demanded 35% or 23% or 30%. We never gave that percentage in our Charter of Demand. Charter of Demand was circulated by All India Bank Officers Confederation, which contained all those demands which each one of us could have thought of. हमारे को LTC जहाँ चाहे हम वहाँ होना चाहिए वो उसमें लिखा है. हमारे मेडिकल एक्सपेंसेस अनलिमिटेड होने चाहिए वहाँ लिखा है. हमें फ्री ट्रीटमेंट मिलना चाहिए, CGHS फैसिलिटी मिलनी चाहिए, वो भी लिखी है. क्रचिस होनी चाहिए क्योंकि हमारे साथी जो युवा साथी आ रहे हैं, हमारे भाई बहन बच्चे, उनको ये फैसिलिटीज, क्योंकि यंग जनरेशन आई है, अभी कुछ समस्याएं इनके आने से थोड़ी सी ज्यादा टेक्निकल हो गई है कि हमारी ये जो स्कूलिंग की मांग थी या हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन की मांग थी या क्रचिस की मांग थी, काफी समय से वो दबी पड़ी थी, क्योंकि हम सब उस एज में आ गए जहां हमारे को क्रचिस की आवश्यकता नहीं थी. अभी पिछले 3 या 4 वर्षों के अंदर हमारी जो बहनें छोटी बच्चियां आई, अब उनकी शादियां होंगी, बच्चे होंगे, छोटे बच्चे होंगे, ऑफिस जाने से उनको अपने बच्चों को क्रचिस में रखना होगा, उनकी स्कूलिंग की समस्या होगी, सेंट्रल स्कूल के अंदर एडमिशन की बात होगी. तो ये सब बातें हमने ध्यान में रखते हुए चार्टर ऑफ डिमांड के अंदर डाल दी. उनका कुछ वैल्यूएशन नहीं किया जा सकता. हमने 5 days वीक की भी बात उस चार्टर ऑफ डिमांड के अंदर डाली. हमने रेगुलेटेड वर्किंग आवर्स ऑफिसर्स की भी बात उस चार्टर ऑफ डिमांड के अंदर बढ़ी. इसमें कुछ परसेंटेज तो कहीं हो ही नहीं सकता. हमने ये माना कि हमारी ये मांगे हैं, इन पर ध्यान दिया जाए, इस पर नेगोशिएशन किया जाए. नेगोशिएशन स्टार्ट हुआ और जो एक स्टेटमेंट में उस समय के चार्टर हमारे जो चेयरमैन थे IBA के, उनकी मैं आपको दोबारा रिपीट करना चाहता हूं. व्हेन वी वेंट टू सबमिट द चार्टर ऑफ डिमांड एट IBA ऑफिस, पेइंग कैपेसिटी or profitability of the bank for various reasons. The reasons which I already given. More than that, the policy paralysis of the government is more responsible. The economic meltdown all over the country, all over the world is also responsible. Though of course, when this policy, this economic meltdown started in the year 2008-2009, public sector banks and rural banks came as a stumbling block against that peril of which other countries were facing. But of course, that some impact has to come to us. That has started coming in 2010, 2011. And because of that, many of the industries, many of the establishments, many of the business houses started feeling impact of that. Their profitability came down. We'll certainly argue with bureaucrats. We'll certainly argue, we'll present before the common masses that this is the fate which we are leading to. But amongst ourselves, let us stop that, because this is only a wastage of time. You are stopping us to work in a positive direction when we discuss all these things which are not relevant now. We will do everything possible. But who is to be told that? Who is to be made known all these facts? It's the general public. It's the press. It's the employees of other MNCs and government employees who do not know. Everybody feels as if we are, banking industry is a high paid islands. We have to clarify. Somewhere we were responsible. Leadership was also responsible. And membership was also responsible. We were habituated to do some indisciplined acts. We used to leave the bank before our office hours. We used to demand so many things which were not warranted. Public is aware of that. Now all those things are not available to us. We are working late in the evenings, but people still have in their mind that they were leaving after the cash transactions were over, they were closing the cash and they were going to homes. And they are getting a lot of salary. Now these things have to be removed from the minds of the common masses. Who can do it? Press is not going to do it. Bureaucracy is not going to do it. Judiciary is not in your favor. Politicians, political lobbying is not working. Because with this present government, let me clarify to you friends, if you are expecting anything from this present government, forget it. Our Prime Minister, who was Chief Minister of a state, in that state, 6th pay commission has been implemented only 1 year back, when that is just before parliament election. So such a long time. They are retired, okay, retirement is there. Trade Union Act permits retirees also to continue as leaders. But nobody permits you that you will work against the interest of the working class, you will work against the interest of the members. Everybody knows that, but still they don't muster the courage to oppose them. Friends, this is our responsibility, to expose those leaders. Before the date of review of 4 days strike, message started spreading that strike is deferred. On 19th, when we were to meet, I took abundant precaution. I called the meeting of 4 officers' organizations. Your leadership is aware of all these things. We are planning, we are charting out our strategy. My request to all of you is, we also have to work on these lines. We have to educate our membership. We have to educate our investors. They should not tarnish the lineage of the leaders of the IPOs who are fighting tooth and nail to the defense of the IBA as well as other organizations. If at all we have to express our anger and anguish, it should be diverted towards IBA. It should be diverted towards government, who are not coming forward to give us our reasonable demands. They should be made known who are responsible. Because our people are not aware of the structure of UFU. They feel we are all leaders of UFU. UFU is a very loosely knit organization, friends. We are part of that for the sake of unity, and one of them, with certain conditions, we agree, with certain reservations, we agree with you. That is for the welfare of the common masses. It could have been done in a better way. Had you consulted us, when you were meeting in Gyan Sangam, we requested you, we want to participate in Gyan Sangam as major stakeholders. You didn't invite us. We sent a letter to Finance Minister, we sent a letter to Governor Reserve Bank, we sent a letter to Prime Minister, we sent a letter to NIBM, we sent a letter to IBM, nobody responded. Then ultimately AIPOC was the one organization which expressed its opinion through advertisement. a half-page advertisement in Indian Express, a quarter-page advertisement in Times of India, and a quarter-page advertisement in Maharashtra Times in the city of Pune on the day when Prime Minister arrived. We paid it. We incurred 12 lakh of rupees for that. But is it not the duty of the Prime Minister or Finance Minister that they should call us? They will take a unilateral decision, and ultimately when we will go with our suggestions and if they are not agreed to, we have to adopt the way of agitation. Why you are forcing us to do that? So friends, I request you, kindly be aware of the recent developments through circulars issued by EIBC, through messages sent by your leadership, through our website. I am promising you, I am assuring you friends, every latest information of the day is updated on our website by evening. Kindly visit EIBC website. Kindly remain updated. Immediately start spreading the news, official version of the confrontation to your members. Please be ready for a bigger struggle. I have told you, salary settlement is not so easy. Don't think that it will be settled on 3rd of February. Unless a reasonable offer is made by IBM, we are not going to sign that agreement. Let it not be there. At least, I don't want to bound myself with an agreement with which I am not agreeable. Let other organizations sign. Ultimately, we will be able to get it sometime or the other will get areas. But we should get a respectable settlement, which at present is not visible. Then if percentage is settled, how much to be merged in basic pay, another, I am sure that is going to be an issue of dispute. Awards of unions, it's possible for them, they may agree. They were ready to sign even at 11%, friends. Let me be open with you. When in one of the rounds of talks, that was the first round when I joined the negotiation after June 2013, when an offer of 9.5% came, that big leader came to me, well done, he hugged me like that. Wonderful, wonderful. I thought, what is wonderful in this in 9.5%? At that time also, friends, there was insider information that they are ready to sign at 11%. And they have made an open remark in UAB meeting. My cadre is satisfied. My cadre has authorized me to sign at any percentage. So friends, their cadre must have authorized. I don't think my cadre will authorize me to sign at 11% or 13% or 14%. So friends, with a request that you have to extend your full support to the leadership, support not by raising slogans. I don't want any individual to be referred to as Zindabad. God willing, we will all do our best, and I strongly believe, I am a religious man, I strongly feel, if we do good to others, God is there to take care of us. We have to take care of our organization, we have to take care of our cadre, and if we take an oath today that we will do our part in the best possible manner, no good settlement can elude us. This is my assurance to you. Once again, I extend my wholehearted support of All India Bank Officers Confederation to the movement, to the demands of All India Regional Rural Banks Federation. I assure you, friends, we will always stand by you for any justified demand of yours, and I know all your demands are justified only. With this, I express my heartiest congratulations and good wishes for the success of your delegate session under the leadership of Comrade Matija and Comrade Bhattacharya. Thank you. Long live